I started the channel Life at the Quatermain almost 12 years ago. It was to journal some of the experiences I was having as a first-timer to condo living. You know, where you could have that kind of trapped in paradise feeling every once in a while. Anyway, I haven't posted in about 11 years till a few days ago. The recent videos explain why I've started to journal again. The most recent video is called The Document Request from Hell, and I'll put up a URL shortener so you have a way to get to it. It's where I ask for a PDF file that's publicly available that anywhere else on planet Earth would have been received same day, except I had to go through a Kafka-esque nightmare of insanity to, by the end of it, basically to paraphrase the president of the association saying, "Hey, fuck you, buddy, you're on your own, go find it yourself." Quite the hospitality around here. She's back and forth between the document being public, private, like, make up your mind.
I said I want the truth!
She's my sister and my daughter!
So with that said, let's get started. So we have elections every year this time, and in the buildings section, it's a 7-member board that serves for 2 years, but it's staggered, so we alternate. 1 year 4 are up for election, the next year, in this case, what's currently happening, 3 are up for election. And when the 7 are in place, they decide amongst themselves which 4 go to the common area, what's known as rec. And on our tower side, things run much better. I personally think there's a lot of issues and weaknesses in rec. Yesterday, on Sunday afternoon and early evening, there are, like, let's say 2 tickets or slates or whatever you want to call it that are running for these 3 positions, and they both had meet and greets by the pool area, and one was around the lunch hour, and they go by Quad Pro Team, Jim from Valencia, Alan from Grenoble, and Henry, I'm probably getting the pronunciation of his name wrong, for the at-large position. So with Henry, I've seen him as part of 2 other board meetings, but never spoke with him. I have a feeling the community knows him much better than I do. I got maybe a question, 2 questions in, but you know, there were other people there, so he's kind of busy more with other people. I didn't really get to be a little more in-depth. For me, some of the questions for any candidate I'm going to speak with is really about governance style. I see different styles of leadership here. Yeah, there's plenty of issues I don't want to break down. I don't care about back and forth campaign points of he said, she said, they said that's going on. That's for you all to figure out for yourselves. Henry's someone I need more time to understand where he's coming from. And then meeting Jim from Valencia, I caught what he had to say at the Meet the Candidates conference. I wanted to see if that lined up in person. And yeah, this guy, no nonsense, and communicate, you know, just clearly and understandably. No punches, not necessarily political talking points or gamesmanship. He's out there, putting it out there, saying who he is, simple and clear. Have a lot of confidence in the initial meet. We talked some issues. Again, I'd probably want to spend more time talking with him as well. Alan, running over at Grenoble, a little quieter, a little on the shy side, you know, engaged a little, nodding, didn't have the opportunity to ask questions, and some of it was on me. I only got to spend maybe 15 minutes max by their area. I definitely want a second round and really better understand where they're coming from. They have a website. I did look at it. I find that reads clear. There are a lot of claims being thrown around. It sounds like they are addressing things that might be unclear to other people, and I think that's important to do. With that said, I returned later, hours later, closer to 6 o'clock, where, well, they don't have a name for the ticket. We have the incumbent, Marlon, you know, in Valencia, and then there's Alex in Grenoble, and then Zoya for at-large. And I got to spend more time with the second meet and greet. I was probably, I don't know, I wasn't clock watching. I'd say a good, at least solid hour, maybe a little bit more. And look, it's obvious from other videos. Look, I understand Marlon's positions and know her enough to understand what my thoughts are on her and her roles in governance. So I spent more time wanting to meet Zoya and Alex. So I spoke in depth with Zoya for the at-large position, and I think in her own way she's a straight shooter too. Clear, understandable, engaging, good listener. I think she was receptive to the things I brought up, and it was really an engaging conversation. I think that is important with you know, any candidate. And the time did get just a little occupied there, where I was trying to run into Alex to get a conversation with, and I haven't yet, and I would like to. Hopefully there are more meet and greets. I would like to talk one-on-one with Alex. I'm in the same building, actually, so I'd be curious of his points of view. I did see him speak at the candidates and talking about a construction type background and probably offering a lot of insight in those kind of areas. So hopefully there'll be more opportunities for that kind of thing. There were a couple points to consider though. Now this meet and greet was a little larger, I think because there's the incumbent and supporters going on. So breaking the ice became a little more literal. There felt a little apprehensions. In fairness, I could understand why a lot of people might be reactive or not a fan of any videos I'm posting because it goes contrary to a certain interest there. But look, I came out to engage, and that's the point of all this, is to find out for yourself. I endorse no one, at least at this moment. I am and always remain an independent free agent, and I believe you just got to get out there and find out for yourself, and I suggest you do the same. With that said, there was a little minor issue. There's a challenge. Obviously, it's a sensitive area whenever you call something or someone a lie, and that was the basis of a prior video. So someone said, you know, everything you're saying, yeah, sure, it all rests on the word downloaded, right? Because, you know, technical meaning of downloaded is receiving information that you start getting into, you know, the copy paste. Isn't that a form of downloading? And so we're playing a little word play, and you know what, it's important to be challenged. It's important to be questioned. Did I jump the gun? Does this lie hold or not? And I'm not persuaded by it, and I'll tell you why. Because downloaded is not the operative word in the claim. Let's take a look at it right now. I'll put it up. Everyone knows the list. That is the word. The list was downloaded. Well, I say to you, what list? There is no list. You could build a list one at a time over a couple day period and maybe form a list and then, I don't know, right, copy paste it and call that downloaded. So it's not about the wordplay, okay? The thing is fucking horseshit and it's still a lie. But even with that said, I'm still open-minded. I'll listen to anyone. And in fact, even though, in my view, Marlon has burnt her trust down in the ground with me, I'll still listen. I'll still be willing to talk with her. But unfortunately, I could never do that one-on-one. I'd need to, have a witness. Or I guess with her, I think I need 2 witnesses. With that said, I'm wishing everyone a wonderful week ahead, and I look forward to any upcoming meet and greets, and really want to get around and talking with everyone. I'm available. You know, it's not just meet the candidates. I'm putting myself out there. It's meet the unit owners too. It's a two-way street. So you're welcome to contact, reach out. You want to have honest conversations and get to the heart of what matters here? Let's talk. Have a great day.